What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your girl Neek, and you're tuned in to Neek at Night. And tonight we are going to be going over the events that may or may not have caused Miss Shaquella Robinson to lose her life. Now, this has been a very, very, very highly requested video. I've got a flood of DMs on Facebook. I got a flood of DMs on Instagram, and there are so many of you who want me to go over this story on my YouTube channel. Now, oftentimes I get different people sending me different stuff, but this has been like the most requested story in a very long time. So I'm going to just go over some of the things that I was able to find with you guys and talk about this. So if you guys are not aware, Shaquella is this woman right here. She went on a trip to Cabo with 6 of her associates. Some people are calling them her friends. And I'm just going to say she went with some of her acquaintances to Cabo. Now, she went on this trip to Cabo, and during her stay, something went awry. She ended up losing her life. Her friends, acquaintances, or whatever you want to call them, they all left her in the villa, left her for dead, and they all went home. Okay? They all went home and left her. Now, once they arrived back in the United States, they basically called her mom and told her mom, hey, Quila had alcohol poisoning, she was sick or something like that. And they had multiple different stories. Come to find out, she had lost her life, and come to find out it was due to a spinal cord injury. And there was it's a spinal injury and luxative or something, but I'll play all of the info for you guys. So I'm gonna go through some of the things that I feel within social media. Whenever there's a viral story, sometimes it's good to have people who can investigate further and give outside ears and look into a situation. And sometimes people on social media do too much. Now, regardless of me feeling like she and her family deserve justice, in this case, I do believe that, you know, each person involved should be questioned and taken down to authorities. However, I think that a lot of you guys on social media are doing way too much, but I'm going to get to that in a second. Let's start with a news report just to bring you guys up to speed real quick on the goings-ons that's goings-ons with this story.
Mexico, as a Charlotte family tries to find answers into how a 25-year-old wound up dead.
Well, conflicting reports now have them now wondering what really happened at a villa in Cabo San Lucas. Morgan Francis tonight spoke to the family and joins us now here in the studio. So, Morgan, when did all this happen?
Alicia, this happened about 2 weeks ago. Shaquella Robinson went to Mexico with her friends. She arrived early on Friday the 28th, and her family says the next morning she was dead.
It was supposed to be a fun, long weekend for 25-year-old Shaquella Robinson and her group of friends who went to Cabo to celebrate one of their birthdays.
She told me they had a chef. They was getting ready to eat. They was eating tacos, some salad or something they was eating. And I said, well, okay, I love you. Have a good night, and I will talk to you tomorrow. And I never talked to my child again, and she never made it back home.
All right. So as you see there, she went to celebrate one of the friends. Now, one of the friends is Nazir. What's his name? Nazir something. And then there was another friend who was also celebrating their birthday. So Nazir had a birthday like a week ahead or a couple days ahead. And then there was another person who was also celebrating their birthday as well. So she went on a trip to celebrate one of her acquaintances' birthdays. So it came to find out that in the midst of this trip, there was a fight with Shaquella and this woman right here. Now, this woman right here, her name is, I want to say, Dejanay Johnson. And she was alongside the trip. Now, I'm not going to show the fight, share the fight. the fight is everywhere on social media, but they ended up getting into a fight. Now, there was another friend named Nazir. Now, he's claiming that he had no recollection of the fight, and he was just told that she simply had alcohol poisoning. I'm going to get to a little bit more of that later, but let's hear more from her mom.
Robinson's mom, Salamandra, says within 24 hours of her daughter's arrival, she was dead. Figuring out how or why has only added to the family's nightmare. It started with a frantic call from Robinson's friends.
They said she wasn't feeling well. She had alcohol poisoning. They couldn't get a pulse. Each one of the people that was there with her was telling different stories.
It's when the family made calls to the FBI and Mexican authorities that they learned of another potential cause of death.
And the autopsy came back. They said it didn't have anything to do with alcohol. Say that she had been, she had a broken neck and her spine in the back was cracked.
All right. So I was able to uncover her death certificate. Let me see if I could bring it up for you guys on the screen. If you guys can read it, I'm not sure. But this is her death certificate right here. And I have to keep pausing it because obviously I don't own that news clipping. So I have to do fair use. I know y'all want me to just play stuff all the way through. That's not how it works. But this is her death certificate. So on her death certificate right here, it says that she had severe spinal cord injury and atlas luxation. Okay. And that is basically the issue as it pertains to her neck. And then where it's supposed to say something about alcohol, it doesn't say that on here. Okay. So let's listen to a little bit more.
She had been beaten.
Salamandra says the entire group came back from Mexico, leaving her daughter's body there. Nearly 2 weeks and $6,000 later, her body is back home. But answers have been hard to come by.
You know, I know that's not going to bring my child back, but I want something done about it.
Queen City News has spoken with officials at the U.S. State Department in Mexico who refute the claim that Robinson was murdered, saying the police's initial indication is that there was no clear evidence of foul play. Here in Charlotte, her family refuses to believe their daughter's death was an accident, and they vow to find the truth of what happened that night in Cabo.
All right. So I'm going to play a little bit more in a second, but I seen a comment in the comments here. And one person said, why would they record the fight? Now, I know that these things are very sad. There's a young woman who lost her life. There is an unfortunate, unexplained sequence of events, and a lot of people want to make the most sense of it, and a lot of people dig deeper into certain things. For me, I think that it was a ratchet group. Not saying Shaquella is a ratchet woman. I'm just saying the group was a ratchet set of group, and there was a fight. A lot of times when there is a ratchet set of people, they record things. I don't think that they intentionally, if you look at the fight, it was one of those things to where it was like, oh, we're intentionally killing her. That's my belief. Now, a lot of people on the internet feel like they purposely killed her. Now, I don't know what else happened, but looking at the particular fight that I've seen, it just looks like they had some type of disagreement. Shaquella didn't really want to fight. Dejanay wanted to fight. And somebody in the party was recording. To me, I don't find that to be so crazy. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. I don't find that to be so crazy. Like, oh, they purposely recorded them killing her. I just think that, and there will be more details that come out. Again, I don't know for sure. But to me, it looks like a fight that went wrong, you know? And that can happen. If you have a fight with somebody, there are things that can happen. There's girls who are in school where they've had fights and somebody accidentally hit their head and they pass away. And it's not that the person was intentionally trying to kill them, but there are things that happen. Now, were they very negligent in getting her aid? Were they very ignorant to just leave her there? Were they very irresponsible and scandalous? Yes. I'm not going to say that they are right in what they did. I'm not going to say that they are excused. So please don't take my words as giving them an excuse, because I'm not. I'm just saying, for me, it looked like she didn't want to fight. This girl wanted to fight, and a friend recorded it. And because of how the fight went, her neck kind of went forward, and the girl was hitting her. To me, it didn't look like intentional, like I'm trying to kill you. To me. But if you are fighting a person, it's kind of wacko to be fighting somebody who's not fighting you back. Like, I don't believe in, if somebody's not fighting you back, I don't believe in you fighting somebody that's not hitting back. But I don't know, maybe that's coming out wrong. I know there's somebody who's probably twist my words, but that's my thoughts. I don't go with what social media thinks. Now, do I think that she deserves to be dealt with? Absolutely. Do I think that she deserves to suffer the consequences of whatever comes? Absolutely. Do I think the rest of these individuals are culpable in it? Absolutely. Because who's to say that if they would have rendered aid faster, she might still be here. She might have been able to get a neck brace or get attention to whatever her wound was. So I believe that they're all responsible. I just don't think in the way that social media is painting it with the information that I have at this point. But we'll move on. So there was a lot of things that came out. There was people who then they started to do a lot of digging. So once they got the information of, her death certificate, they got the information of her villa that she was at, they were able to come up with the information of the registration paper. Okay. Somebody said, yeah, Neek, rethink that. I have my own mind. I'm thinking from my perspective, not from your perspective. I'm not excusing anybody. And if y'all can't decipher what I'm saying, then that's on you. Again, I'm not saying that nobody was right in this situation. I'm just saying I'm looking at it through my lens and not from the sheep mentality of there's a person passed away and I'm just going clearly off of emotion. I'm going off of me looking at the situation logically, me being around ratchet people before, and me being in situations where I've seen fights, witnessed fights. I've even been in fights. Okay, I got a cut on my face from fighting. I got a cut on my face, and I can't even wear a middle part because I got cut in the face, cut in the head, and cut in the face. So I'm looking at it from a point of that. I'm not looking at it as that it was right, wrong, they okay, nothing. I'm going off of the information that I see from me, from what I look at and see. But anyways, going on. So from the information that was provided, people then got information of who was there. So there was a paper that was the registration paper of the villa. Okay. So people were able to uncover this guest registration paper right here. Now, from this guest registration, each person signed the registration, they signed their signature, and they signed their phone number. Now, I have covered up their phone numbers because I'm not going to dox their phone numbers, but it shows who came in the order that they came in. Now, the last person who alleged to have come in was a guy by the name of Nazir. Now, as you see, Nazir Wiggins was the last person to sign in, and he was the last person that you see here, and he gave his number. Now, once people got a hold of that document, they basically took each and every person's phone number. They put their number into reverse lookup. And if you put someone's phone number into reverse lookup, it comes up with a name and an address a lot of times. A lot of times you can get a lot of information off of a person's phone number. So what social media started to do was take their phone numbers, get the reverse lookup. They started to blast their phone numbers on social media. They started to plaster all of the addresses associated with them. So if you go on Twitter and you type in her name, you're going to see this person address, that person address, this person address, and it has been shared by tons and tons of people. Now, this is where I feel like people are just doing a little bit too much, because my phone number is associated with an address that I do not live at. Okay? And so when I started seeing people tell people to deliberately go to these houses, and I felt like that was doing a little bit too much. If you have information that can help the authorities, then I feel like you should give that information to the proper authorities. I don't feel like you should then just be blasting people's addresses, because you don't know if these people even still live at those addresses, and you don't know who else you are putting in harm's way. There was a woman who came forward who had to let people know that you guys keep sharing this information based off of this woman right here and my address. And I knew this before I even came across this. She says, this lady does not stay at my address anymore. I've lived here for almost 2 years. Please stop sharing the address, because people will mistake me for her and something can happen to me and my grandson. The police already came to my home in the middle of the night looking for this young lady. Please stop sharing it. It's too much. So this was one individual whom had to tell people, like, listen, you guys are trying to get street justice for this girl, and she doesn't even live at my home. And I mean, for that, I feel like, again, people are doing too much. I've been living in my home for 2 years. Okay. Also, I got a knock at the door. I wasn't expecting nobody at my door, right? True story. They was like, it's the, I don't know if it was the State's Department. It was somebody at the sheriff's county office. And they were like, hey, we're looking for such and such. And it was the previous person who lived here. They ain't been here in 2 years. You know what I'm saying? But even law enforcement had came to my door for somebody. I don't even know who that person is. I'm like, sir, I've been living here for 2 years. Here's my rental agreement. I don't know who that person is. Never seen them, never heard of them, don't know them. So what I say is leave it into the law enforcement's hands, okay? Some of the stuff that y'all think, like I said, y'all are people in the comments saying, oh, well, too bad. Y'all ain't got my same heart. I don't roll like that. I feel like leave it into law enforcement's hands to do their due diligence and do their job. You want to have justice, go to the police station and give them the information that you know. But anyways, you said you wouldn't have opened the door. I have a Ring camera, so I could communicate with people through Ring, and I also have a screen door. So if I open up my front door, I also have another security gate. So that's that. But so let's move on. So in the midst of people sharing the information, in the midst of people sharing the addresses, in the midst of people sharing the phone numbers, one of the most people that they were sharing was the guy Nazir. And if you go to Twitter, you'll see what I'm talking about. There's tons and tons of threads of people who were like, oh, this is Nazir. It must have been his voice. Oh, he's probably the one in the video. Oh, this is his address. Go to his house and all of that. So the guy Nazir decided to come to social media And he decided to give his sequence of events. Now, according to him, he said that he arrived the next day and that he had no knowledge of what took place the day before. So he's saying that he didn't have any knowledge of a fight. He didn't know anything like that. And for me, I feel like that's a lie. If y'all know anything about hood gatherings, you know that if anything went down, even if you wasn't there, somebody there gonna tell you what happened. So that part of it, I don't believe. Now, if he was to say that he absolutely didn't have part in like hurting her, then okay, I can get with that. But the part of him saying that he had no knowledge at all, I don't buy that. Okay? I'm just keeping it real. Now, I done been to plenty of events where you arrive late, you arrive the next day, and if somebody got into an argument, somebody got into a fight, somebody gonna tell you, damn, you missed it. Such and such got into it. I find it hard to believe that all of these individuals who don't have the common decency to render aid to a woman who is showing signs that she is not doing well after a fight, I find it hard to believe that they got the decorum to keep it a secret that there was a fight from a guest that's arriving the next day. I don't believe that. I don't believe it. But I will play what he had to say. Let me pull it up.
Something so everybody else on death threats, I can go to y'all move. Everybody, I turn me to a pack. All that shit y'all talking, y'all just talking out your ass out of hurt because y'all listening to social media. Social media. Of course, my story is going to be different because I got there a day late. I can only tell you what I know from 3:30 till Sunday when I left. That's all I can do. I really can't give nobody no other answer from Friday because they didn't tell me. I didn't go in there, sit down and make no alibi with nobody. I didn't know nothing. They didn't tell me nothing. Cross my heart and hope to die on this Bible right here. I don't know nothing. I didn't sit and make no alibi. I didn't even have time. I got there an hour later. The nurse came in the door. The nurse came in the door. Tried to help Quilla, tried to put some salines in her, but her energy, she didn't have no electrolytes. Her oxygen was low, so she couldn't find them. Y'all don't understand what I went through. Y'all don't understand. Y'all won't understand. So y'all keep posting my address and all that shit. Y'all have fun. Y'all have fun. Y'all know y'all hurting yourself. Y'all not hurting me. I'm not bothered by this because I know the truth. Me and God know the truth. I've been to the house. I talked to the...
Less drama, more harmony. Canon.
Me getting on this internet, and I cut the comments off because I know y'all being mad. What's the word? Insensitive.
Whoever recorded that, what is y'all doing?
What else I gotta say? I really think that's it. I'm really not giving y'all too much.
Okay, I gotta go to a different one. He said he arrived a day later. I wanted to play this one, but they got music playing. Let me go to the other one.
My taxi driver, it took us an hour to get to the villa because there was traffic. I don't know why. So I got to the villa around 3:26. I instantly, as soon as I go in there, I go to Quilla. Quilla didn't leave my side, none of that, till the nurse came. But I got too far ahead. So Quilla was laying on the couch in the game room. The fucking villa was like a big ass mansion, no upstairs, all tile on the wall, tile on the floor, straight tile, nothing else. So it just a big ass villa. I don't know if y'all can view it on the website. Go to Cabo Villas and look at how big this is and what it looked like. Well, you gonna see. So when I got there, she was in the game room. They told me she was not feeling good. So I instantly go to her, put on her side, get a bag, and all that. So I'm sitting right next to her the whole time. I was cross my heart and hope that I was there the whole time in the game room, and then they was talking about cooking, so we made it to the living room. I cut on some soft music, sitting with her, rubbing her head, just chilling, waiting till the nurse came, because that's what I was informed that was happening. At first, I was told that it was a male coming, and then a female showed up. So by that time, I skipped another thing. Quilla wasn't found dead. She wasn't found dead. The maids found her slumped over the toilet in her room. That's what they did find her, slumped over her toilet in her room. That's what I was told. Quilla was not dead when I got there. Yeah, boom. So it's like, okay, so when I get in there, I go in, I see Quilla, I see she chilling, I put her on her side. I go out and make that video where I'm talking about I'm here, that Quilla get up. So I'm thinking like, damn, we got stuff to do. ATVs, a boat, dinner. I missed the chefs, I missed everything. Anyways, fuck that. So I'm like, damn, I'm thinking, Quilla, let's get up. I say that in the video. Everybody can hear it. Everybody knows. Everybody that know me heard me say the shit. That was my first video when I got there, or second, because I made a video of me pulling up to the villa. But he was cutting up the guy. I tried to get the timestamp for y'all, but that's not gonna work. So I guess the real FBI or whatever had to put those right timelines together. But I'm gonna start with the NC beat. That faggot is so stupid and got y'all believing everything that's wrong. I was not there till the next day. I didn't see a fight. I didn't know it was a fight. I didn't know it was a video. I didn't know they did any harm, anything. I went in there and told there was alcohol poisoning, so that's what I helped her as. That's what I helped her at. I didn't leave her side. I cut on soft music. Summer Walker rubbing her head till the nurse came in. Nobody even talked about the nurse. Nobody even said a nurse came. None of this stuff. So I'm really not understanding where this story is coming from and why it's out here like this, because it's wrong. It's wrong. And for y'all to be attacking me, an innocent soul, I'm really innocent as fuck. I went there to enjoy my birthday. To enjoy my birthday and to really just goddamn have fun. I didn't have not 1 second of fun. And take one shot and then smoke one blunt and didn't do anything. I went straight to Quilla. She was not found dead. She was found unresponsive. Yes, unresponsive. She was unresponsive. I tried to get her to talk to me and all that, but it was none of that. There was none of that going on. Oh shit. Yeah, but other than that, I did. Oh yeah, I know y'all probably asking that when I walked in there, I didn't really notice the knot on her head until the nurse pointed it out. I did see the bump on her lip. She did have a blood vessel bust in her eye, and that's it. But I didn't really go in there like, damn, y'all jumped her, y'all beat her ass, what's going on? Like, could they know, man? And nobody even told me about nothing. I was blind to everything. I'm literally in there giving her my all. Like, come on, girl, we is 2,000 miles away from home. 2,000 miles away from home. Don't nobody deserve this. Damn, 51 questions. Bro, why is y'all talking?
All right, so I'm gonna pause him right here. Now, when you get on social media, you get a lot of pressures to tell your side, clear your name, and speak. This is one of those situations where there's so many people who want to badger you for answers and all this. This was not smart to do. Okay? A lot of people, they want you to speak for them, but you got to think about, is what I'm going to say actually make goddamn sense? If not, let me be quiet. Because he says that he got there, he had no knowledge of a fight. He had no knowledge of anything being wrong with her, other than what he is being told was alcohol poisoning. He says, I noticed that she had a busted lip and a busted blood vessel. Those are things that he noticed on his own. The only thing that he didn't notice was the knot. So he sees the nurse point out a knot. But you're under the impression that she had alcohol poisoning. But then your words are, man, I wasn't about to go in there and say why y'all beat her. You don't know that they beat her. You said that you didn't know that. So why would you go in there and curse them out and say, why did y'all beat her if you didn't know that they did? If she's not talking to you, she's unresponsive, she's incoherent, she got a busted lip, a busted blood vessel. Child, let me listen to what else he said that ain't helping him at all.
Talking about, boy, did y'all kill y'all friend? I wasn't there. I don't have those answers for you from Friday to 3 o'clock when I got to Cabo. I just don't have them answers. I posted my flight itinerary. When I got there, I can't make that up. I can't. I really don't know what else to do but show y'all fucking the real tickets if I could even find them when I landed and didn't land. But I could post a video, I could show the video, it's gonna show the timestamps because it's in my archive. I got there at 3-something p.m. I made my first video at 4:26. That's me outside by the pool, saying, Quilla, get up, let's go, we got stuff to do. Let's go have fun. There was no fun in that. There was no fun in that. There was nothing good coming from that, man. I went in there with my bag, put it down, went to the game room, went to the living room, stayed there. Worst time of my life. And now y'all on here trying to say I killed her. Me, the nigga that got there a day late. A day late. The nigga y'all didn't see in the video. I have 1,030,000 tattoos. Do I sound like I was in that video? Go listen to it again. Do you hear my voice in that video? Like, come on, bro. Y'all niggas is really stupid. The bitches is stupid. The old ladies, all of y'all are stupid. I don't care who's after me because I have all my timestamps. I've been real close and cordial with everybody who really means something. So everybody else, this was just to give y'all some comfort. Because I'm not doing it no more. I'm not responding to nothing else. And all the death threats, I can go with y'all and move. Everybody. I turn me to a pack. All that shit y'all talking, y'all just talking out your ass out of hurt because y'all listening to social media. Social media. Of course, my story is going to be different because I got there a day late. I can only tell you what I know from 3:30 till Sunday when I left. That's all I can do. I really can't give nobody no other answer from Friday because they didn't tell me. I didn't go in there, sit down and make no alibi with nobody. I didn't know nothing. They didn't tell me nothing. Cross my heart and hope to die on this Bible right here. I don't know nothing. I didn't sit and make no alibi. I didn't even have time. I got there an hour later. The nurse came in the door. The nurse came in the door. Try to help Quilla, try to put some salines in her, but her energy, she didn't have no electrolytes, her oxygen was low, so she couldn't find them. But y'all don't understand what I went through. Y'all don't understand, y'all won't understand. So y'all keep posting my address and all that shit, y'all have fun. Y'all have fun, y'all know y'all hurting yourself, y'all not hurting me, I'm not bothered by this. Cause I know the truth, me and God know the truth. I've been to the house, I talked to me getting on this internet. And I cut the comments off because I know y'all being mad, what's the word, insensitive. So
all right, so
I ain't even finna go.
There. So he did end up posting his itinerary, and his itinerary did state that he came in the next day. Now, again, do I believe that he probably may have not had anything to do with the actual fight? That's very possible. There was 5 other individuals who were there, and he did in fact get there the next day. I just don't think that this helped him. Okay. Now, is it possible that he had nothing to do with her demise? It's possible. But sometimes when there is something like this that's so serious, people are going to pick apart everything that you say. They are going to look at everything that you say with a microscope. They are going to examine the timeline. They're going to examine your behavior. They're going to look and they're going to say, oh, is he sad? Is he not sad? Is he dropping a tear? Is he not dropping a tear? They're going to look at all of those things and they're going to judge based on that. So for me, I don't think that this was wise at all.
Go back and forth on this shit with nobody. I tried to go live with the NC Beat nigga. He swear he know the time. She been to Mexico and stuff before, so he knows how everything goes. But Instagram and everything keep timestamps. Everything is in my archive. Everything else, so you're gonna have people watching my page when I go live. That's cool. But you're a loser. You're really a loser for trying to do this to me. You don't even know the full story. What else I gotta say?
Hold on, I'm gonna pause right here. I see a comment. Somebody said, I'm behind in the video, but if it was a mistake, why wouldn't they be honest? Neek at Night. So I don't know if you misconstrued my words and me saying that it was a mistake as far as in, I don't know how you took what I said, but if they're having a fight, whether something went wrong in the fight or not, you are responsible if you get into a fight with somebody and they ended up losing their life. Same way if you are driving a vehicle and you're under the influence and somebody lose their life, you are responsible for their demise. So that is why they would perhaps not disclose that. Like, of course, I can understand why they probably didn't disclose that, because they had a part to play in it.
I really think that's it. I'm really not giving y'all too much because that's all I had to say. Like, I wasn't there. I had nothing to do with it. I didn't know about no video. I didn't know about none of that. Like, I didn't know about none of that. And I wouldn't sit here and lie to nobody. Like, they already knew not to tell me, because the person that I am was not letting it happen. Everybody was fighting me right there. We all banging it out. Because what is y'all doing 2,000 miles away from home, from family, from safety, from rules and regulations you know. Now you in a different state, putting your lives at risk and jeopardy, and mine. I walked into something stupid. Now I'm looking like a bad guy. I'm just gonna leave it right here. I really don't have too much more to say. Y'all either don't believe me or y'all not. Run with what y'all want, screen record it, save it, watch it over, interpret it, see if I was sincere, really genuine. But I'm tired, I'm fed up, I haven't slept, I don't know. I have to look over my shoulder because I don't know who's back there. Like, this shit is stupid. It's really stupid. It's really stupid. And I'm not even going to address the tough guys, man. It's nothing to talk about. I'm innocent. If you want to make a move off of impulse and how you feeling because of the internet, that's cool. What else? But when the truth come out, I really don't want to hear nothing from nobody. Y'all can really go on about y'all day, y'all life. We ain't got to talk, be cool.
Somebody in the chat said, how soon after the fight did she pass? From my recollection, they got there on Friday, and then she was unresponsive the next day. So it was the next day that it happened, from my understanding.
You feel how you feel because that's the information you was given. I respect it, but I can't respect you. That's because if you knew me, you knew that's not me. That's not my art. My art's so pure. I'm not computational. I would try to end everything before it gets to something like that. Come on, bro. You don't do that 2,000 miles away from your house, bro. You don't do that. You don't do that. I have the most respect for Miss Robinson, Quilla, everybody. Like, y'all welcome me with open arms. Listen, heard me out. All of that. I didn't feel like anything was a problem. I respect that, and I want you to get justice for your daughter. I want everybody to get justice. I want everybody to stop hurting. Don't nobody deserve that, especially not to die 2,000 miles away from your family. I have the most respect for me. It's not fair, and I say it every day. I say it every day. I think about it every day. It's not, I can never forget it. Y'all won't let me forget it because y'all think I'm responsible for it. But I just don't understand why. And y'all don't have everything. Y'all don't have timestamps. I didn't sign that guest list. First of all, oh yeah, the guest list that my name is on. Go try to find my signature. Hold on, where's my ID? In fact, my ID. Is my signature on here? That's my passport. Anyway, I don't know. My signature not on there. It's somewhere in there. But I didn't sign it. And the only reason why my name was on there because you had to have your name on the list to get past the gate. If your name wasn't on the list, they would not let you up to your villa. So they signed my name, they printed my name, and signed my name, which is not my signature or my print. That's the only reason why I'm on that list. That's the reason why I don't have a phone number there. That's the reason why there's not my fucking shit on there. That's the reason why I'm the last one on there. Like, come on.
I believe there is a phone number on there. But anyways, I opened up the StreamYard link if you guys want to chime in. There was a lot of people who had a lot of things to say. The link is pinned to the top if you guys want to chime in on what you think about this situation and what you think happened to Shaquella. I'm not going to leave the lines open for too long, but if there's anybody who wants to weigh in on the topic, the link is in the chat. Okay, the link is definitely in the chat. Let me see.
Bro, I gotta make shit make sense, bro. Do your own research. Stop listening to that bozo. Like, come on, bro. I was really tripping, bro. It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense for me to keep my page public and I did something. It don't make no sense for me to keep trying to live my life and move past this and I did something. Nothing is eating me alive. I don't know. I didn't know. Nothing is killing me. Nothing is hurting me and breaking my heart, goddamn, that I had to goddamn go hide. Because I didn't do anything. I walked into something stupid. And I really wish a flight got canceled, blew up. I don't give a fuck. Don't send me there. I don't know. I can't question God's plan, but he has a way. He has a way, and I'm telling you, I'm putting it all in his hands. I'm not worried about nothing you, him, or her got to say. I'll tell you that. And I'm only clearing my name one time. If you feel it's clear or it's not, that's on you.
All right. So let's take some calls. Queen Tay, girl, hey, your hair is fire.
Hey, girl, oh my gosh, can y'all hear me? Okay, I had to make sure it's not playing in the background. Hey, girl, nigga, I love you. I'm so sorry. I love you. Anyway, I just feel like this situation is so sad. Like, if that's her best friend, what's going on? Like, how can you say that's your best friend and you just left her body there by herself and you saying you don't have nothing to do with it? Like, come on, he got something to do with it. And then they say this video that's surfacing is him in the background. Like, come on.
There was other males there, so we can't say that it's him. People are saying that it's him just because he's a male, but there was other men there. So until we hear all of their voices, we can't specifically say that's him. Especially when he showed his flight info that he did go the next day. Queen, are you there? Okay, we're gonna go back to her. Bree?
Hey, what's up? I saw Stuffy, I'm sorry. But this story triggered me because just back in June, my sister got killed behind a fake friend.
Send my condolences.
Yeah, thank you. She was 23. This girl was 25. So when I saw this story and initially it came out that she died of alcohol poisoning. It didn't make sense as to why they left her body there, and then come to find out she was beat to death, pretty much. And I saw the video, and I'm like, wow, that girl went to Cabo and did not come back home, because I feel like they planned that, because it makes no sense. Like, you don't like this girl, but you stayed friends with her long enough just to get her out of her comfort zone, just to hurt her. And my sister lost her life that way behind some fake friends. So whatever goes on, I pray that this family gets justice. I feel like all of those people should go to jail, especially the one that put hands on that girl like that. And
Yeah.
even that guy Khalil, I don't trust anything that he say that he's saying because he doesn't seem
That's
sad or
Nazir.
anything.
There's a guy named Khalil, but the guy speaking right in that video was Nazir.
Oh, not Nazir. Okay, that's okay. Okay. Now her best friend Khalil, yeah, I don't trust because from what the people, I think her parents were saying that he came to their home and dropped off her stuff, but left her body in Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. That whole situation sounds very very fishy, but I pray the family gets justice. So
Okay.
yeah, thank you, Neek.
All right. Thank you for coming on. Kiki.
Hey, Nick.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, love. I'm good. I've just been hearing about this story, and I feel like this was a setup. She does. When I was looking at her page and everything like that, she was very successful. And to me, the guy that you were playing, I feel like you know, he might like I feel like he might be telling the truth, but then you never know. Especially if he has evidence that he wasn't there at the time. But the best friend, I feel like the best friend probably was the one that set everything up. If you're supposed to be a best friend, you're gonna leave me way out there miles away. That don't make no sense. And for them to record that, I just feel like it was all planned. This is why you have to have discernment of your friends and people that you have around you because you never know, especially if you're successful. And nowadays, a lot of people are envious and hungry, and they'll do anything just to steal your joy. And I
Okay.
really feel that this was a setup. I really do.
So I mean I understand maybe it was planned to fight, but you think that it was planned to kill her? You think from that fight the girl who was fighting her thought that she was gonna kill her from fighting her?
I think probably they didn't think they was gonna kill her per se, but I think the plan was to probably get her jumped and beat her up. But no telling the other two men, you never know. They probably hopped in and was feeling some type of way because I don't think just one person could just have to like do that much damage on somebody. So I feel like yeah, it was planned for them to jump her, but to kill her, probably wasn't. They probably was like, damn, we did it too much. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I do pray for the justice for this family, and I'm gonna keep looking into the story because this is deep. Like this is the world we live in. So this is why I myself don't have too many friends because of stuff like this. So you got to keep your discernment on. People, y'all gotta watch. You gotta watch your surroundings.
All right. Thank you so much, Kiki.
No problem, Nate.
All right. Larry the lobster. Mute your mic. Okay. Tweet.
Hey.
Hey girl, hey, how you doing?
All right. Great.
Oh, loving yours too.
Thank you.
Knotless is the way to go, child. Go ahead.
Right? Okay. So, I mean, I understand that there is documented proof that the guy you just had on got there a day later, but it seems like he's writing that fact a little hard, seeing as though the incident happened a day after they all arrived. So even if he got there a day later, that doesn't mean he wasn't present for the incident because it sounds like he slipped up and said he got there an hour later.
No, he was saying that the nurse got there an hour later.
Right, which he was present for.
He said he arrived at 3 and then the nurse got there an hour later from him getting there.
Oh, I thought he said he had got there an hour later after everything.
No, he said that he got there a day later and that the nurse from the time that he arrived got there an hour after he came. That's what he said.
And that's weird to me too. Like a nurse, how did a nurse come and leave and she still passed away, seemingly alone. No one's there. She's left there. You know, they all come back to America. She's alone. What happened to that nurse? Who called that nurse?
Right.
And, you know, and is that nurse even a part of the report? And if he thought that it was alcohol poisoning, because it also sounded like he mentioned that he said something like, well, if I was there, they know better not to tell me, because type of person, because when I was there, we were all getting into it, bugging it out.
No, you keep twisting his words.
Okay.
He said,
what am I?
yeah, you're twisting his words. He said that if I was there or if I would have known that they did that, he said he would have fought them and they would have bugged it out. He didn't say that they all were bugging it out. He said that if he was there he knew about it, that then he would have been fighting them. Yeah.
Okay. Because he was saying a lot.
We got to say really facts fast. Now. You know, like, I understand everybody got their opinion, but we do have to, if we repeat something somebody said, we got to say what they actually said.
Right. I'm just trying to make sure I heard it right. You know, he was saying a lot and he was talking really fast, and he was almost like he was describing, sometimes it sounded like he was describing the incident, but then, you know, he's only saying what he heard, just like the rest of us. So I don't know.
But you are right about who called the nurse. If the nurse was called, why wasn't she taken to, you know, a hospital or something? And why was she left to be slumped over her toilet? Now, those all are things that have a huge question mark that have not been answered.
Right. And the little video that I saw, you know, it looked like they were all just kind